Hello students, in this class we will see another mathematical tool, that is integration. Okay, we have already learned about differentiation, and differentiation tells us about the slope of y versus x graph. Okay, y may be anything like displacement, velocity, whatever, and x axis represents time or any other physical quantity. So differentiation tells about basically the slope of that graph. Now what is integration, that we have to understand. Now the question is, why we have to learn integration, what is this thing basically, and where we have to apply this integration formulas. So step by step we will learn. So first, what is integration? So before going in details of this integration topic, I am giving a simple equation. Suppose S is equal to t square. Okay, where S is displacement and t is time. This is the equation, S is equal to t square. Now the question is, find velocity. So you will tell V equal to, we know, that is ds dt, derivative of displacement with respect to time, and you will tell the answer 2t is the velocity. Okay, this is fine, this is fine. Now suppose the question is, V is given, V equal to 2t, V equal to 2t, and you are asked to find the displacement, S is equal to what? So how will you do this? We know S to V conversion, we know S to V conversion means derivative, or V to acceleration conversion means derivative. But V to S, how will you do this V to S? So for this type of question we have to understand integration. Okay, this conversion we know using derivative, but this conversion we don't know. For this reason here we have to apply integration. Okay, now we have to learn what is this integration, what is the physical quantity that we get using integration. Okay, then we will see few formulas, mathematical formulas. Okay, so step by step. So first of all, integration is basically the reverse process of differentiation. Reverse process of differentiation. Okay, reverse process of differentiation. You will understand this sentence after some time. So what is this integration? Suppose I am starting its journey with a graph. So suppose y versus x graph. Okay, y versus x graph, and suppose the graph look like this, and you are asked to find the area under this graph only this part, area of this part. Okay, so this value you know 0, this value you know suppose x1, and this value also you know suppose y1. So what will you do? You will use the formula of area of a triangle, half into base into height, simple. Okay, okay, if the graph look like this, y, x, and this is the graph, okay, and you are asked to find the area under this graph only. So you will find the area of this rectangle or square, whatever. Okay, now this type of question you easily answer, but you will be in trouble when this type of question will come. Okay, this type of question will come. Suppose this is a graph, okay, a curve, not in a straight line, and you are asked to find the area under this curve only. Okay, this curve, under this curve, this portion only. Then how will you find? Here you will not get any particular geometrical figure, so that you can use the formula of area. Here no geometrical figure. So what will you do in this case? So in this case what we do basically we take a small strip. Okay, a small strip. Okay, its width is very small, and very small thing is denoted by dx. Okay, and its height, suppose its height is y1. Okay, so it look like this basically. It look like this. This is dx and this is y1. So what will be the area? Area will be, this is a rectangular piece. So area will be length into breadth. Length is y1 into dx. Okay, so in this way another small strip we can take this. Its height is suppose y2 and this small portion is dx. So area will be again y2 dx. Okay, so in this way we can take many small strips. Okay, and we can write the formula of area like y3 dx, and in this way it will go on yn dx. Okay, now what will be the total area? So we will add these small areas. Okay, what will be the total area? We will add these small areas. So area will be what? Summation y I dx, where I equal to 1 to suppose n. If I equal to 1, then y1 dx, I equal to 2, y2 dx, and summation means we will add all these terms. Okay, but in this process there is a problem. What is that problem? Look at this strip, look at the small strip. So y1 dx, there is a small part left at the top, this small part. Here this small part is left. Here this small part is left. Okay, so in each case, in each small strip, a small part is left. Okay, so we have to count the small parts when we find the area. So we have to add them here also. Okay, but there is no mathematical tool, no easy mathematical tool to take this area simply. Okay, for that reason we have to convert this summation into integration. Okay, this summation into integration, that means this is a curve, so it represents curve. Okay, integration y dx, when we use this integration sign, then we are counting the small parts in between this. Okay, so okay, then we will get the complete area. Now suppose you want to find the area from this point. This point means x equal to 0 to this point. This point means suppose x equal to x1. Then we will put here x equal to 0 to x equal to x1. These are the two limits. This is lower limit from which point we have to consider, and this is upper limit up to which point we have to consider. Here lower limit 0, upper limit x1. Okay, so area under the curve is written by y dx, integration y dx. It suppose x equal to x1 to x equal to x2. x1 and x2 are the lower and upper limits. Okay, it may be anything. Suppose you want to find the area from this portion point to this point. Okay, from this point to this point. Then this point suppose take x equal to x2 and this point x equal to x3. Then put lower limit will be x equal to x2 and upper limit will be x equal to x3. Okay. So this integration tells about what? Tells about the area under the curve of y versus x. Okay, area under the curve, or area in between this curve and x-axis. Okay, area in between this curve and x-axis. So due to this curve graph, we have to use integration. Okay, because in each small portion we are leaving a small area part that we have to consider here. Okay, for that reason we are taking integration sign. Understand? Understand? So this is our basic part, why we have to use integration. Okay. So now I think you have understood why we have to use integration and where we have to use integration when we are finding the area under the curve. Okay. Okay. So I am erasing this portion. So suppose this is v versus t graph. V velocity, t time, and there is any graph. This is simple graph I am taking, and you are asked to find the area under the graph. Now, which physical quantity will be represented by this area? This area will represent that physical quantity which is v into t. Now, v into t means what? Displacement. Okay. So, whenever we want to find displacement from velocity, then we have to use integration, because v versus t graph, the area under the graph of v versus t represent displacement. So I think you have understood that first problem I have given now, that v equal to 2t, then what will be s? Then when you are finding s, you have to use integration. Integration of what? V dt, y dx. Here y is v and x is time. So y dx means v dt, integration v dt. Okay. So before discussing in detail of this kind of numerical, we have to learn the formulas, basic formulas related to integration. Okay. So this integration is a very vast chapter in mathematics. In class 12 you will learn integration in math in details. There are almost 5-6 chapters of integration, and almost 25 to 30 exercises are there. In each exercises you will get 15 to 20 numericals. Okay. So in math it is a vast chapter. You will learn all the kind of thing, all the kind of integration in math. But here we will learn only that portion which we need in future. Okay. Some formulas we will understand, we will learn here, and some formulas we will learn in journey of class 11 and 12. Okay. Okay. So the basic formulas of integration, basic formulas, basic formula. First one, integration. Suppose first I am writing the function y equal to x to the power n. Okay, and then integration y dx, integration x to the power n dx, then the result will be x to the power n plus 1 by n plus 1. Okay. Okay, and if there is no lower and upper limits, there is no lower and upper limit in the integration, then that kind of integration is known as indefinite integral, indefinite integration or integral. Okay, and in that kind of integration, indefinite integration, we will put a constant here. After each integration we will put a constant plus c. C is constant. So integration x to the power n dx equal to x to the power n plus 1 by n plus 1 plus c. Okay, n is any number except one value. What is that value? That value will not be, n will not be minus 1. Okay, except this value, n can be any values, then we will use this formula. Okay, if n equal to minus 1, then minus 1 plus 1, the denominator part will be 0, something by 0, so we will not get definite integration. Okay, something by 0, it is not defined, it will be infinite. Okay, so for that reason n equal to minus 1, when n equal to minus 1, then we cannot use this formula. So look at few examples. Suppose integration x to the power 2 dx, then it will be x to the power 2 plus 1 3 by 2 plus 1 3 plus c. Okay. Okay, take another one. integration root x dx. Root x, what do you mean by root x? Root x means x to the power half dx equal to x to the power half plus 1 by half plus 1. Half plus 1 means 3 by 2. 3 by 2 by 3 by 2. Okay, plus c. Plus c. Okay. So n may be any value, fraction, positive, negative, whatever, only this value it cannot take, n equal to minus 1. Okay. Another one, integration x to the power 4 dx. Okay, x to the power 4 dx means x to the power 4 plus 1, 5 by 5 plus c. Okay, another one, x to the power, suppose 1 by root x. 1 by root x dx. 1 by root x can be written as x to the power minus half dx. Then it will be x to the power minus half plus 1 by minus half plus 1. Then you will get x to the power half by half plus c. Okay. So these all are indefinite integral. Now suppose limit is given. I am giving a simple one and I am showing how to use that limit. Okay, how to use that limit. So suppose integration x dx, simple x dx. Okay, limit is suppose x equal to 1 to x equal to 3. Okay, so first we will do the integration. X dx means x to the power 1 plus 1 2 by 2 within third bracket, then write x equal to 1, x equal to 3. Okay, then first put the upper limit in place of x, then minus, then lower limit in place of x. So first upper limit means x equal to 3, so 3 square by 2 minus lower limit 1 square by 2. Okay, in this case you will not put c because it is definite integral. This is definite integral. Here it is defined particularly from which point to which point we have to find the area. Okay, now we will calculate this simply. 3 square 9, 9 minus 1 8, 8 by 2, so 4. Okay, so I think you have understood and you can remember the formula now. The formula is y dx, integration y dx equal to x to the power n dx equal to x to the power n plus 1 by n plus 1 plus c if it is indefinite integration and n should not be equal to minus 1. Now come to if n equal to minus 1, then what will happen? If n equal to minus 1, then what will happen? So second, n equal to minus 1. Minus 1 means we can write it like this: 1 by x dx, integration x to the power minus 1 dx. Okay, 1 by x means x to the power minus 1. Here n equal to minus 1. So for this thing, the integration formula will be log base e mod x plus c. Okay, why mod x? Because log of negative value are not defined. Okay, under log negative values will not be there. Log of negative value are not defined. For that reason, there we have taken mod sign, modulus. Okay, so 1 by x dx equal to log x plus c. Now remember that log x, differentiation of log x was 1 by x and integration of log x 1 by x is log x. So this process log x to this is differentiation, right? And this process 1 by x to log x, this is integration. Okay, so this process integration, this process differentiation. For that reason I have written at the beginning that reverse process of differentiation, integration is the reverse process of differentiation. Okay, but integration tells about the area under the graph and differentiation tells about the slope of that graph. Okay, so if x equal to minus 1, then what will be the formula? I am writing it here again. So integration x to the power minus 1 dx or 1 by x dx, it will be log e base mod x plus c if it is indefinite. Now look at one example that is definite. Suppose x equal to 2 to x equal to 3, x to the power minus 1 dx, so it will be log e mod x, lower limit 2, upper limit 3. First put upper limit, so log e mod 3. Now here you cannot you may not use modular sign because 3 is already a positive value, so log 3 only. Then minus log e2, log a minus log b, it will be log e 3 by. Okay, so in this way we have to do the definite integration. Okay, so this is our second formula. Third one is e to the power x, exponents. Third one, integration e to the power x dx, e to the power x dx. What was the differentiation formula of exponential function e to the power x? Differentiation was e to the power x, so integration will also be e to the power x, so e to the power x plus c. Okay, e to the power x plus c. Another very important formula is there, that is that comes in the first formula. What is this? That I am writing as 4. So suppose n equal to 0, then y will be x to the power 0, that means y equal to 1. Okay, x to the power 0 means 1. So integration now y dx, that means 1 into dx, simply dx we can write simply integration dx. Okay, so dx means also we can write it as x to the power 0, dx. Okay, now it is look like first one, x to the power 0 means 0 plus 1 by 0 plus 1, 0 plus 1 means 1 by 0 plus 1 means 1, that means x plus c. So integration dx means simply x plus c. Remember this is very important. So these are the four formulas are very important in our physics. Okay, also there are many formulas, those are also required. Those are integration of sin x, integration of cos x. So here you will see a list and you can note down those formulas. Okay, also you note down these four formulas, these are very important, and do not remember those things in one day. As we proceed from chapter to chapter, and as in the journey of class 11 and 12, you will remember all these formulas at the end of the year. Okay, so look at these formulas, number of formulas, and write down in your copy. Okay, so next we will see the algebra of integration. So I am erasing this part. So algebra of integration, first we will see addition and subtraction. Okay, suppose any function is given, suppose y equal to x square plus e to the power x. Okay, this function is given, you are asked to integrate this. So integration y dx. What will you do here? You will do this integration of this addition and subtraction kind of problem by separately integration of each term. Okay, so take each term separately, that means x square dx plus integration e to the power x dx. Okay, make them separate and then integrate. So x square dx means x to the power 2 plus 1, 3 by 3, plus e to the power x dx means e to the power x plus c. Okay, and the same process we had followed in differentiation also. We make them separate and differentiate each term. Here also integrate each term separately. Look at another one, y equal to suppose x plus log x plus, not log x, integration of log x you don't know now. Suppose 1 by x plus sin x, okay, plus root x suppose. Then what? How will you? So here 4 terms, make them separate first. Then integration y dx equal to integration x dx, integration 1 by x dx plus integration sin x dx plus integration root x dx. Okay, x dx means x to the power 1. So x to the power 1 plus 1, 2 by 2. Okay, 1 by x dx is log x, log e mod x. Sin x dx, sin x dx, integration of sin x dx is minus cos x. Okay, integration of sin x dx is minus cos x. And root x, root means we can write it half, x to the power half. So x to the power half dx means half plus 1 by half plus 1, and at the end plus c. Okay, so this is the process of integration. Which kind of equation? The equations in which addition and subtraction is there. Okay, understand? So make them separate and integrate them separately, like differentiation. What we had done in differentiation, separately we had differentiate each term. Here separately we will integrate each term. Okay, understand? Now come to the multiplication. In integration there is no division rule. Okay, there is a rule that is for multiplication. So multiplication. Okay, suppose y equal to x e to the power x. You are asked to integrate this equation. Okay, so how will you integrate? So before starting this integration, I am telling one thing, that is let. This is a very important tool which makes you sure that which quantity you will take the first quantity and which quantity you will take as the second quantity. Okay, so here basically the equation is, suppose y equal to uv. Okay, in general uv, and integration will be y dx means integration will be one function will come out, then integration of the second function, then minus, then integration bracket derivative of the first one du dx, then integration v dx, then at the end again dx. So this is the in general rule. So here are two functions u and v. First we have to understand which one we will consider u, which one we will consider v. This is not like differentiation. In differentiation we can take anyone as v and the other one as u. Okay, but here it is not like differentiation. Here we have to first understand which function we have to take u and which one we have to take as v. For that reason this rule is very very important. I means inverse function like sin inverse, cos inverse. Okay, sin inverse x, cos inverse x, these are inverse functions. L means logarithm, log x. Okay, A arithmetic. Okay, arithmetic means arithmetic function x square or 1 2 3 whatever, those are arithmetic. This is trigonometric means sine, cos, tan, these are trigonometric functions. And at the end e is exponential. Okay, e is exponential. So which one will come first? That will be u. Which one will come first? That will be u, and the next one will be v. Okay, so look at this, x e to the power x. X is algebraic function and e to the power x is the exponential function. So this is algebraic, this is exponential. So which one is coming first in this series? Arithmetic or algebraic? Arithmetic or algebraic is coming first. So x will be u and e to the power x will be v. Okay, arithmetic or algebraic. Okay, so I will use this equation now. So integration y dx will be what? First u will come out, so x comes out, e to the power x dx minus integration bracket derivative of this, so dx by dx, then integration e to the power x dx bracket dx. Okay, first e to the power x, derivative of e to the power x means e to the power x, so x e to the power x minus dx by dx 1 e to the power x dx e to the power x, so to the power x and this dx. So at the end you will get minus e to the power x plus c. Understand? Understand? Take another one. I am writing this equation at the top. Take another one. First I am writing that equation, integration y dx equal to u integration v dx minus integration du dx v dx then dx. This is our formula. Okay, okay. So take another one. Suppose y equal to x sin x. Okay, so x is algebraic function, sin x is trigonometric function. Which one comes first? Algebraic. So x will be u and sin x is v. This is u and this is v. So integration y dx will be u comes out, so x integration v dx sin x dx minus integration then differentiation of function u, so dx by dx, then integration v dx sin x dx at the end dx. So it will be x integration of sin x dx, differentiation of sin x is cos x, integration will be minus cos x, so minus cos x. Okay, then minus, okay, integration dx by dx again 1 sin x dx, so it will be minus cos x dx, this minus will be plus. Now cos x dx, sin x dx is minus cos x, so cos x dx will be sin x, only sin x, so minus x cos x plus sin x. Differentiation of cos x is minus sin x, integration will be plus, and at the end plus c. Okay, okay. So take another one that is very important. Third one is very important. Take integration of log x. Suppose y equal to simply log x. Log x. Okay, and we want to integrate this. How will we integrate? Differentiation of log x we know, that is 1 by x simply. But integration, so look at this. So integration log ex dx. So you are thinking that here only one function is there, but not one. There are two functions. Equal to, we can write it as 1 into log ex dx. 1 means we can write like this. 1 means x to the power 0. So x to the power 0 log ex dx. Now two functions are there. First one and second one. Look at there now. Which one is coming first? Log. So log will be u here and x to the power 0 will be v. Okay. So log is u, x to the power 0 is v. This thing we have to understand and we have to find using this relation I let. Okay. So equal to, first u will come out, so log ex comes out, integration x to the power 0 dx, then minus integration, first we will do the differentiation ddx of log ex, then integration x to the power 0 dx and then dx. So we will get x to the power 0 dx means, x to the power 0 dx means x. So x log ex minus differentiation of log x, differentiation of log x is 1 by x, then integration of x to the power 0 dx is x and then dx. This cancel out, so only integration dx. So at the end answer will be x log x minus x, okay, plus c. This will be the answer. This will be the integration of log x. Okay, try to remember this. Try to remember this formula. Integration log x dx means x log x minus x plus c. Then time will be saved for your competitive exam. Okay, okay, and this is the process. Clear? Clear? Now another important thing I am telling, that is, suppose you are asked to do the integration of sine 2x, then what will be? Sine 2x, sine x we know. Integration of sine x, differentiation of sine x is cos x, integration is minus cos x, that we know. But sine 2x, so first we will consider this 2x as x. Then what will be the integration of sine? It will be minus cos that one. Okay. Then this 2x, I have taken this 2x as capital X. Okay. Then what is the process? We will do differentiation of this part. We will do the differentiation of this part and we will divide. So differentiation of this part is differentiation of 2x. Differentiation of 2x is 2. And it will come in the denominator plus c. Okay. So in this way, another one, suppose integration e to the power 3x dx. So e to the power 3x dx first, integration of exponential function. Integration of exponential function is e to the power 3x. Then by differentiation of this part. Okay, differentiation of this part. Differentiation means 3 plus c. Okay. Take another one. Take another one. Suppose integration cos x square plus 2x dx. Okay. So how will you do? How will you do? First, integration of cos x. Integration of cos x is simple, sin x. So sin x square plus 2x. Then divide it by the differentiation of this part. Differentiation of bracketed part. Differentiation of bracketed part means 2x plus 2 plus c. Okay. Understand? Understand? Another one take. Another one. Suppose sin x square plus e to the power x dx. Again in the same way, integration of sin is minus cos. So minus cos x square plus e to the power x. Then divide it by the differentiation of this bracketed part, that is 2x plus e to the power x plus c. Okay, so this is another thing, another very important. Okay, okay. In differentiation we also had seen this kind of thing. There we did multiplication. Here we are using division. We are dividing by the differentiation of this bracketed part. There we had done the multiplication of differentiation of this bracketed part. If you are asked to differentiate of this term, then first we will differentiate cos. It will be minus sign. Okay. Then into we will differentiate this bracketed part. Okay. There we did multiplication. Here we are doing division. Okay. Only this is the difference. Okay. Understand? Understand? I am erasing. Now another very important, that is substitution. There are many rules in integration that you will learn in mathematics in details, but here we are doing only that part which we require in our physics. Okay. Okay. So substitution. So look at the example, then you will understand what is this meaning. So integration, suppose x by 1 plus x square dx. Okay, you are asked to integrate this kind of thing. So you are thinking that it is like u by v method. Okay, but in integration there is no u by v method. There is no u by v method. It was in differentiation. Okay, in differentiation we had seen the u by v method, but in integration there is only u v method, only multiplication method. Okay, so here we have to use substitution. How will you use that substitution rule? So here we will take 1 plus x square as any other parameter, like suppose t. 1 plus x square equal to t. Okay, so t means 1 plus x square. Now differentiate of this function with respect to x. So dt dx, it will be what? 0 plus 2x. Okay, that means dt equal to 2x dx. Okay, now come here. In place of x dx, this is in multiplication form, x dx. In place of x dx, we will write dt by 2. So integration dt by 2. Then 1 plus x square. 1 plus x square means we have taken as it is at t. So half integration dt by t. Dt by t, it is looking like dx by x. Integration dx by x. That means what? Log ex mod x. So here it will be half log mod t plus c. If it is indefinite, then half put the proper equation in place of t. So log e t means 1 plus x square plus c. Okay, so this is the process of substitution rule. We are substituting one function. We are substituting 1 plus x square here in terms of t. Okay, so take another one. Suppose integration sin x minus cos x by sin x plus cos x dx. Okay, here how will you integrate? So here again take sin x plus cos x. Sin x plus cos x equal to, suppose u. Okay, so u equal to sin x plus cos x. Okay, now differentiate u with respect to x. So du dx will be what? Differentiation of sin x is cos x and differentiation of cos x is minus sin x. Okay, in the numerator here it is sin x minus cos x. So take minus common, the same thing will come, sin x minus cos x. Then du will be minus sin x minus cos x dx. So only sin x minus cos x dx, will be minus du. Okay, so the numerator part is minus du and the denominator part is u. So it is basically minus integration du by u. Okay, it looks like dx by x. So the formula will be minus log e mod x plus c mod u plus c, then minus log e, in place of u write sin x plus cos x. So sin x plus cos x plus c. Okay, these are indefinite integral. If lower limit and upper limits are given, then we will put the lower limit and upper limit in place of the variable term, that is x here. Then we will not write c. Okay, so this is our lesson of integration. I think you have understood, and you will watch this, and after watching you will note down those formulas. Okay, you will practice this thing by yourself, then you will understand how to do this thing, how to use that formulas when it is addition and subtraction equation, when it is in the form of multiplication. Okay, so these are few things, and in the journey of 11 and 12 we will learn more about this integration. Okay, so this is up to this right now.